first down. Garoppolo. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that run.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. With it is Jackson. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Shotgun now for Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That one good for 24 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It's complete to Brown, right side. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
On 2nd and goal, Wentz. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. DeForest Buckner in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0.
49ers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A big play that time out of Chubb. 43 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
He gets this out to Foster on the right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
11.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Brings up 4th down.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Wentz now to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here we go. Waiting. Empty.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Wentz. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for being...
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Eagles 28, 49ers 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
552. You must be
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Oh, it's out. McKinnon fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harrison. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Come on, D. Hey, we got tight left, tight left. We got 4. We got 4.
A run for Nick Chubb. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. got his target, Samuel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Garoppolo now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Brandon Graham. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you...
Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. And now look at him go. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now this throw caught left side. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Wentz now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now Wentz again. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Wentz now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Into the red zone, Wentz. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
This pass caught at the 4. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Wentz to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Lucky. You know that's one that he would love to have back. That should have been picked off. Threw that one into a crowd. He's just so fortunate the defender couldn't react fast enough and get his hands up.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Lion.
Slam.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. So we've reached, and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he takes us up near the 25.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shift.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A nice gain of 21 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. D Ford coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing his Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
36 down, man, 5-4.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. 25 yards that time. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time.
It'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering,
Is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the red color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Garoppolo. Throw left side, complete to Foster. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Here we go.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
65.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
At the Niners' 48-yard line.
Mike 56, Mike.
On play action, Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Hopkins becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Eagles continue to roll. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Makes the score Eagles 45.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
2nd down, McKinnon. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Escaping the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. That one good for 37 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go.
And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd down now, McKinnon. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 15. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
White.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Calais Campbell. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Go. 40, 82, 40.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that is caught. And the is his. It's a touchdown.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead.
Eagles 59, 49ers 3. Jake Elliott set to kick.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10, right at the 30. Now Chubb. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers able to get this back to some measure of respectability. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 180.
Rip right.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's McCaffrey. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Wentz. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation.
Here we go.
In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Garoppolo. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. To throw is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
They'll give it to Chubb. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Watch out.
11.
Tight end rock, tight end.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Foster. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
21.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Go. 280.
54. Mike, 54. Here we go.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Here we go. 120.
Coming to you.
What's this on?
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Here we go. Back.
Brings up second and 11 at their 49-yard line.
Check. They're going to 88.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals.